Dr. Wendy, how many times do you mention your 4 degrees this season? Do you know?
Can you believe I don't mention it at all?
I think people
I don't think so. I don't think so. You said you think people will be happy.
Yeah.
Screw them. No, I don't think I mentioned it. I don't know. I told you more one day this season.
Wendy, the season 2 glow up is real. I need to start there because I feel like that is all the comments everywhere is, damn, Wendy. And I think it's important for people to remember, you filmed last season, like moments after your daughter came into the world.
Yes.
So
I just need to put that in perspective. Cameras were at my house a month and a half after having Cameron. And so now what you guys are seeing is like the Wendy of before having a baby. Like now I can actually sit down for 3 hours and get it, melted into the scalp. So this is that Wendy.
Ooh, that's good. I'm giving rich auntie vibes.
Did you change anything up specifically after seeing yourself on TV that you went, maybe I don't wear things like that again. Maybe my hair doesn't look like that again.
Bryce, I have a list. I have a list of no, don't you ever do that though. I like that. I don't even know if I could ever watch season 5 again because I don't know if I could stomach it. I'm like, girl, in my head, I thought, a few people gonna watch the show. Didn't know it was millions. Had no idea. So here I am. But yes, I made a few changes.
What would you say the biggest difference was between season 5 Wendy and season 6 Wendy, who we're about to see?
I think season 5 Wendy was just a bit unsure. And I think season 6 Wendy came into it more confident of, okay, this is what I know. I've been around these women. This is, what I can expect from them. And that was the big difference for me. But it's so funny because even with that mindset, I got blindsided in season 6. Even though I came in saying, okay, I got this, I sort of know where I can bucket people. I was still blindsided. I mean, I think I sort of say it in the trailer. I open up by saying, you never know who you can trust.
One thing you learn about living in Potomac, it's a town of smoke and mirrors. You never know who you can trust.
And that is really interesting for me. But then on the reverse, on the lighthearted side, you never know who can be your friend too. There's people who I didn't think I would be besties with, who I'm besties with. And there's people who I thought I'll be besties with, I'm not. You need to know who's friend or foe.
Well, let's unpack that because I do think some of those, it's a chess game a bit and pieces move around the board. I think maybe Karen and Gizelle moved around your board from what I can pick up on. We know Gizelle brings up these Eddie rumors, and I will put that in air quotes because we don't know what the hell they are.
So when are we going to talk about the Eddie rumors?
What Eddie rumors?
What do you want fans to know about that situation headed into this season?
Yeah, so for me, I am not immune to the fact that we are public figures, right? This is not a woe is me conversation. When you're a public figure, people are going to talk about you, people are going to lie about you, and it is what it is. And I'm okay with that. I know what I signed up for. But in the same token, there is, for me, a level of expectation that I thought we had within our circle, especially when it's a salacious blog that has also spread vicious rumors about her and her family. This doesn't make any sense to me because you are repeating a lie that if I wanted to, I could repeat the same thing about you or anyone here because that's what they do. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not mad at the blogs. Everyone has to eat. Do you, but amongst your, do you, I'm not mad at it because we know our truth and, I'm confident in my marriage. It doesn't matter. But in the same token, you have a level of expectation from your friends. And you don't think that your friends will ever give life to a lie. If anything, they will quail it because they're your friends. So that's what was really interesting this year was for me to see how people handle your family,
Do you feel like this was a plot brought against you, like a premeditated thing? Talk to me about kind of how it comes out.
Oh, man, that's a great question. Do I think now that I play back a lot of stuff? Yes. I do think it was premeditated. And I also know that, certain individuals on this show have a pattern and a practice of attacking people's families. That's what they do. That's what they get off on. And, again, if that's what you do, do you. But don't do that with the Osefo crew. I don't play. And I say that very clear. Do not play with my husband's name.
What you're not going to do is you're not going to play with my husband's name.
And I think that this crew quickly learned that I have what I call my sacred four. That's my husband and my 3 kids. Talk about my wigs, my clothes, anything you want to, child. Just talk about me. But don't talk about a man who is not just a good husband, but a good father, and whose only crime is supporting me to be on this platform. Don't do that, because I will drag you.
How did Eddie handle being put in the center of what seems like the big drama of the season?
Eddie's so good. I wish I had. Eddie's only concern was, are you okay, baby? Like, that's all he cared about. We're going on 10 years of marriage. I didn't think I could love him more, but just how he has been like, don't worry about it. Leave this alone. Like, it doesn't matter. And just how he's just been such a gentleman, because there were times where I wanted to get dirty and just attack back. And Eddie said, don't do that. You're better than that. And that shows me the type of man I married. So it's been a hard experience, but I have grown from it in such an amazing way.
We hear you in the trailer promise to, quote,
I will light your ass up.
Believe that's pointed toward Gizelle. Do you make good on that threat?
You guys have to see. But what you have to understand from the professor is, when I light your ass up, it can be with my words. It doesn't have to be light your ass up in the way people think that it means, because I am a master and a wordsmith.
You tell Gizelle in the trailer,
I see you for everything everybody ever said that you were.
Which, quite the line, making good on your statement there that you are a wordsmith. But what did you mean by that? Why did you have to say that to her?
Coming into this, and even while I was in it, season 5, I had so many people in my ear telling me, this about her or watch out about her. But I am an individual. I stand on my own. I'm one of those people that I judge you based on what you give. And this season, what she showed me was everything that people said about her, both on and off camera, is true. Everything is true. And I wanted to let her know that I see her for exactly what and who she is. The wool has been pulled off of my eyes. Like, I know who you are. I've called your card, and I will deal with you based on the card I have read you to be.
Safe to say she is the person who disappointed you the most this season?
Yeah. I would say she did. I would say she did. But that's because I was wrongful in giving her high expectations. But that's okay. Now I know.
You also make a mention of wanting to cut these mother effing cameras.
I love your oration.
These mother cameras.
I think that, and this may be breaking a little bit of fourth wall here. I think that sometimes people forget that this is the real world, right? So don't think you're going to try to talk about my family under the safety blanket of saying, oh, no, this is just for a show. No, this is real life. I understand that she has made it a pattern to have fake relationships. So it's okay if people attack that. My marriage is real. This is not for TV. My marriage is real. I take my vows seriously. My vows are sacred. It's a sacrament. And so don't play with that. Don't play with me. And don't play with my husband. So forget the cameras. I'm talking to you in real life. And I want to make that very clear. These other people may let people play with their relationships. Don't play with mine.
Well, how do you feel about Gizelle today? I feel like you've kind of said your piece. I can pick up the in-between, but I noticed, she unfollowed you during all this mess. You still follow her.
I mean, if someone read me and dragged me for filth the way I did her, I would unfollow them too. I'm not mad. She should unfollow me. Imagine me saying what I said to her and she still follows me. So yeah, she did the right thing.
But why do you still follow her?
Imagine me typing in her name to hit unfollow.
You can't even be bothered with that energy. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, maybe eventually sometime in the future when I have time. But right now I am too booked and busy to type her name in my phone. But thank you for giving me the honor of typing my name in your phone.
On the flip side of Gizelle disappointing you, did anybody surprise you in a good way in season 6?
That would have to go to Karen. Karen did. Karen gets that award.
I spoke to her yesterday and she basically said,
how dare you keep coming for our husbands when you don't have one for us to return serve to? I'm just saying, don't touch anything that you don't bring to the table. How about that?
Period. Come on, Karen. No, Karen really, and I want you guys to see it. I don't want to give it away, but when I tell you Karen is definitely like, she gets the crown, like absolutely. She did what I would have expected some others to do.
Okay, that is,
I'll say that.
I don't think it's a full 180 because you were kind of like growing as the season went on, but it's like a 90-degree shift probably.
It is, and I salute her for that.
Well, you're no longer the new girl. We have Mia in this group. So talk to me about, one, not being the new girl anymore, and two, what Mia's like. What does she bring to the dynamic?
Not being a new girl is good, and Mia is different. I say it, and the reason I say that is because, you know, when you're in a group of other women, you sort of think we have someone that represents every personality type, but then in comes Mia, and you're like, wait, she's different. She brings something different to our group, so she definitely does that.
And she brings some salad tossing skills to the group.
Some salad tossing skills, amongst many other skills that you guys are not privy to, which surprised me. I had a few moments where I was like, oh, okay.
Well, even just that salad toss, oh, like that's you in the trailer.
I don't know how I always end up screaming. I don't know why. Like, I need to calm it down.
No, please don't. Obviously, with Mia entering, we saw the exit of Monique, which not a shock, I think, to most people, judging by how the reunion played out. How do you feel about Monique stepping away from this group, and did it change the dynamic for the better?
I wish her well, and I wish her happiness in all that she does in the future.
And that's the bite. Well, I feel like we've talked a lot of the mess. Is there anything that you're really excited for the fans to experience or to relive yourself?
I think this season, my mommy hat is just to see how much my kids have grown. And even with their growth, not just getting older, we actually have some tough conversations. And I'm interested for, the viewers to see that, just, me talking to my kids about things that are serious. And it hasn't really dawned on me that my kids are the age where they know what mommy does. And some of what mommy does is, tough. And so we have those conversations. So the way we resolved it and the way we talked through it, Eddie and I without kids, is just something that will always have a place in my heart.
I love it. It's meaningful conversations, but also the world's best home movies forever. Your career was a big focus of the second half of season 5 and deciding what you wanted to do. Have you stopped teaching?
I have not stopped teaching. The pandemic hit, and educators are essential workers. And I just didn't feel as though leaving my job in this moment was best for my students. The world was going up in flames, and for a lot of students, just having that normalcy of school kept them going. And I just didn't think it was the best time for me to leave with the pandemic.
Yeah, I think the pandemic put a lot of things into perspective for a lot of people. I wonder, we also learned about Eddie's family and their feelings toward your marriage. Has there been any positive motion on that, or will we see any new information about that in season 6?
You guys will see some new information about that in season 6, a little bit, but we definitely touch upon it.
All right, my last question is, more social media. You were hanging out with Luann, Shannon, Gina. People went nuts.
Yes.
Can you tell me what you were doing?
No, but you guys are gonna see it.
We'll let it come out when it comes out.
It's not what people have said it is. I'll say that much.